Oh, Emma,
Thank you.
Because
When
you
you're
never
smiling,
think,
which is good.
think it will happen to you
You
or
really
your
don't.
children.
Look,
You
first of
really
all, how is she?
She's amazing. She is my superstar. She's amazing.
She's out of intensive care.
She's out of she's still in the intensive care ward.
Yeah.
But yesterday I was outside doing some bits on my computer. I get very excited, so I have to do that outside. So I have to go up and see her when I'm calm. So I was outside kind of doing all my stuff. And I wandered up to the ward and she'd messaged me to say, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm coming up now. And I got to the ward and I said, oh, I've popped in to see Georgia. And they said, oh, I think she's popped out. And I went,
What?
What do you mean she's popped out? And they said, yeah, she's gone off outside to grab a coffee.
That's the best news you could have, isn't it?
I never in a million years expected this. I have experience of head injuries. A family member had gone through something similar, and I knew that it would be a 2-year period of getting to know the new Georgia, and I never imagined her to, A, wake up and remember me, or be able to see, or be able to move.
Oh, she's such a beautiful girl, so like you. It must have been hideous waiting to know how bad her injuries were.
It's the most horrific thing I've had to go through as a parent.
Look, tell us where you were on holiday and how the accident happened, because there's another thing. You know, you talk about skateboards and you deal with your 13-year-old or your 12-year-old or whatever.
Absolutely.
But it's an adult we're talking about.
And she's so sensible. The only injury she's ever sustained is a staple in the thumb when she was younger. That's it. No problems at all. Basically, I live in a little village in Wales, in Pembrokeshire. Georgia had come down from Bournemouth, where she works, for a holiday with her brothers and sisters. We'd had an amazing week. She decided she didn't want to go home on the Friday, that she'd stay to have another family day and go home on the Saturday. And it was on the Friday evening that the accident happened. She was on one of her siblings' skateboards. They were kind of just out the front of the house. And the next thing I know, I was being driven down to where the accident had happened, 5 minutes from my home.
And did you see her before they got her in the ambulance?
Yes.
Yes. And what did you think at that point? Did you realise how bad it was?
In the car on the way down, I said, is she OK? And I know the chap who was driving, he lives in the village, and he said, she's unconscious. And at that point, my heart sank and I started crying. And I remember just saying, please, not my baby, not my baby.
And when they got to the hospital, they very quickly took her
Very quickly took her into the hospital. The NHS staff and the paramedics were fantastic. They explained that, basically, the paramedics prepared me for it to be concussion. So I'm thinking, OK, night in hospital, we'll be out tomorrow, you know. Nothing prepared me for the fact that they sat me down in the relatives' room. When they said, you're going to the relative, can you come to the relatives' room? That's when I kind of swallowed hard and thought, OK, be brave. And they sat me down and he said, this is serious. Your daughter has a bleed on the brain. We need to intubate her. We need to put her in a coma and we need to get her to Cardiff Hospital very, very quickly. You may not be able to go in the ambulance because they need all the equipment. They need an anaesthetist with her. So I'm then panicking because I don't drive. I'm in the hospital on my own. The only thing I have with me is Georgia's phone and I can't unlock it. So I'm sat there trying to rack my brains thinking of a landline number I can call and I can't even remember that.
Well, look, I just want to say to you, Emma, because we have 1 minute before we have to go to the regions for the weather, so we're hard counted here. To make sure this doesn't happen again, you know, hopefully your lovely Georgia is going to be absolutely back to 100%, everything good. You're just so happy, you're contagious, it's lovely being around you. What are you going to say to other people who use skateboards or anything like that?
Don't be vain, protect your brain. I'm just about to start a charity and I want that message to be spread worldwide. I couldn't protect my cub, but I could protect the others in the Pride. So that message you saw was just out to my friends and family saying, guys, please save yourself from this. If I can't save her, at least I can help you save
you know what? I have a feeling this is your vocation. This was meant to be.
I think you might be right.
I wish you hadn't discovered it the way you did.
Absolutely.
Don't be vain, protect your brain.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Love to Georgia
and all things, bikes,
her recovery.
skateboards, these what are these?
Segways.
I've seen so many parents as well today through London. I just wanted to grab all the cyclists that weren't wearing a helmet and
So Pembrokeshire, that's where you're from?
I'm from Bournemouth originally, but I live in Pembrokeshire.
Right, here's the weather in Bournemouth, Pembrokeshire and wherever you're watching, OK? We're back right after this.